locked in with the locked in podcast. Flash it on.
Yeah. Podcast this week is Baby C-Mac.
Before I go boom like that, fuck that door like
What's up? What's good? Welcome to the Locked In podcast. And today I got one of them with me. Special guest, one of them, my boy Dom Corleo. What's the deal, boy?
Cooler, man.
Fucking with the all red polo to that shit. Oh, that's like some little glow gang shit.
Yeah, it's some comfy shit. Like
It's just some
a
cozy
comfy day type shit.
facts. You see, we in the cozy setting right now. 70s vibed out with my nigga Marco. How you feeling?
Just got off work, you know.
I feel like ever since I met you, like it was just been shows. Like I feel like
Yeah.
I met you like right before Penthouse kind of blew up, or I think before you dropped it, and then after that, like you just come in the store like one day, and then
Yeah.
like Lancey tour, all that shit.
Yeah, bro. Nah, it's been crazy. Like I feel like everything happened so fast, and like it's still happening fast as hell.
My bad. Can you move the mic a little closer?
Oh
to you?
yeah. But yeah, nah, shit's just been happening like mad fast. But I mean that's like the priority right now is doing shows and getting shit done. Like I'm getting my album done hopefully this weekend in LA. For sure this month. But yeah, just really trying to prioritize like content. So shows, whatever content I can put out, like just everything.
I was like scrubbing the internet, and I seen, or no, it was TikTok, and I seen you had a show in LA that got like shut down, and then you like
Bro.
went outside and then performed it.
Yeah, so
Corleo show shut down.
They ain't stopping shit. They ain't stopping me from turning up.
I had gotten booked for this show in LA, and it was really like my first headlining show. Like I had never headlined a show before. I was always like, I did the tour with Lancey, but like that was Lancey's tour, it wasn't me. I just got added onto it. So this was like my first headlining show in LA, and yeah, I pulled up and the cops were outside and they were like, "Party's over." And I was like, "No, it's not."
For
and
what though?
I guess because it was at like a warehouse, like, and I guess I don't know. I guess they didn't have a permit or something. Like whoever was putting everything together type shit. I don't even know. I don't even know the situation. I just know I pulled up. Cops were there. I went inside. I was like, "Oh, everyone go outside," and everyone went outside. And then the cops were still tripping. So I was like, "All right, everybody go to like." We went to Melrose in front of Cookies and Kicks. And yeah, I just pulled up there, like played some music with like everybody that was there and was just chilling for like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Shit?
Yeah, we were just like in the whip, just playing it. And like the car wasn't that loud and nobody had a speaker. So everybody was just like pushed up to the car. But yeah, no, it was cool. Just got to like say what up to everybody and like talk to people.
Yeah.
So it was cool.
I feel like that's like a priority. Like even if your show gets shut down, that you gotta
Yeah, you
like
still gotta do
your
something.
shit.
Like people buy tickets, people come there to see you. So it's like, yeah, I wanted to still like, and I feel like it was even better because like I got to talk to everybody and like
True.
personally interact with people rather than like just going up on stage and performing. You know what I mean?
Right. Really
So,
get to like touch
yeah,
your fans and see.
Yeah,
what's up with
exactly.
them.
Like just talk to people and just be on some cool shit.
What's your like one of your favorite cities or favorite shows that you've hit so far?
For sure, San Fran. Like and it's crazy because I haven't even had a recent show there. Like the last show I did in San Fran was Autumn did a tour back in like last year leading into like, or no, it was like early last year. And he had a show in San Fran January 30th. And I did that shit with him. And like, this was before I even had any type of like traction and the crowd was crazy. Like people were just fucking with me. So I can't wait to go back to San Fran, honestly. Like I was supposed to go, I did tour with DC like 2-3 weeks ago. And we sold out the San Fran show.
Oh, sick.
And literally, because we did Seattle, and then we drove from Seattle to San Fran, like overnight. We had like this 15-person Sprinter van.
Oh, damn.
And so we drive there. It's like a 15-hour drive. We were on the road. Bro, as soon as we get to the Bay, I had took like a little hour nap, like right before we pulled up there. And I wake up from my nap. We're like just getting into Oakland. And as soon as I wake up, I felt like shit. And like I went up to my hotel room that night, bro, and it was just like the worst night. Like I could not sleep. It was terrible. Like it felt like when I had COVID, but worse.
Damn.
And so I went to urgent care the next day and they were like, "Yeah, you got the flu. Like you got influenza A." And I was like, "Damn." So
They needed you to plug you with the act.
Bro,
and
yeah.
Trish.
I got stuck in the Bay for like 8 days because I felt so like shitty to where I couldn't even fly home. Like I needed to wait till I was like good.
Does the Bay still feel like home to you?
Yeah, nah, for sure. Like I spent, I was there from 5th grade to like a year after I graduated. So like that's where all my friends are at, and that's where like I still my grandparents stay out there still. So like I go and see them every time I'm out there. Um, but yeah, like it's just like you're so familiar with everything around you. Like I go to
Right.
the Bay and I know where every spot is at, where everything is at, and like yeah, that's home for real.
That's a fact. Like even driving is different. Like going down
Yeah.
the street, like you know which corners
Yeah.
to turn
I
and
mean, I
shit.
hate driving in California. That shit is terrible. But yeah, nah, like the Bay's my favorite place for sure. New York is lit too though. Like I'm excited to do this show next week.
You got
'Cause,
a
like,
lot of family out there too, right?
yeah, so yeah, because my family's originally from New York. Like my grandparents were the first ones to move out to California. Um, so I have a lot of my family from out there, and like I got cousins and shit out there. Um, but yeah, New York, like I did Box Fest there like recently, and that shit was lit, bro.
Yeah.
Like their turn,
Yeah, I think New York got the vibe right now. Just as far as
definitely
like clothes, just like I don't know,
everything.
music, everything. You could just feel it like as soon as you touch the city type shit.
Yeah, I feel like New York is LA, but without like the weird vibe to it. Cause you know how LA got that evil ass vibe?
Yeah.
Like New York's like a bigger scale LA, just without the weird shit. Like everybody there, every time I go to New York, like everybody's cool. Everybody's on some cool ass shit.
That's a fact. That's a good way to put it though.
The food is amazing too.
Yeah, you eat the best
Mhm.
food in New York. You get anything.
So
Um,
like really, you going on tour in what you said, a few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So
So right now, like pretty much what we're doing is just like doing shows, and I'm doing a lot of them with Live Nation. They did Lancey's whole tour, so they're like the professional. Like they have it's not just a random promoter getting a venue and hosting a show. Like Live Nation is the real,
it's a
like
real deal.
yeah, like they put the real ass tours together, shit like that. So right now we got some shows lined up. Like I got New York next week. We're gonna get a bunch. Well, I have LA with Ty Fontaine on February 3rd. And then we're about to get a bunch of other shows lined up for February. So probably like Vegas, maybe Philly, just a couple like random spots. And then March, Houston's already locked in. I'm doing that March 18th. And then probably get like a couple more for March. But the main focus that we really got right now is we're just trying to build like my show history. So that way people can go and book me. Like I could get booked for a tour with like a whole ass tour with Live Nation. Cause if I have all this show history and I'm selling out these shows,
They're gonna see
they
ads up
see
on their shit.
yeah, they see that and they're like, okay, let's book him for a tour. Cause he's good money. Like we gonna make money off of it. So
Right.
yeah.
So a lot of these next shows are gonna be like your own.
Yeah, just all like my own type shit. The one on the 3rd I'm doing with Ty, but yeah, most of the other ones either be my own or like I'll get like a friend to co-headline with me.
That's sick. Are you signed right now?
Nah, so I'm in a distribution deal. So like it's I would
I know
explain
the
it-
label's been probably hitting you crazy right now, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, this is the time. Like,
Yeah, bro, every single one. But yeah, like distribution deals, I recommend this for like any artist that's starting out. Like if you've never signed a deal before, do a distribution deal before you do like before you go and sign to a major label, because you're gonna make way more money down the line. Like a distribution deal is easy because it's pretty much, I'm trying to think of the best way to explain it. So like it's like a loan. Like so usually it's indie labels. Like me, I'm signed to an indie label right now. So it's just like a small, like 2-3 people own this label. Like, and I'm super close with all of them. So it's super easy to communicate with anybody. Like anything you need, you could just
call them. Text
like
them.
call them, text them. But yeah, no, it's super simple. So like they give you X amount of bread for X amount of songs, and it's like that's that. And they get you you have so it's just like an advance and a marketing budget. So you get your advance, you got a marketing budget, and you use that marketing budget for like they get you studios, like goes towards features, like anything music related comes out of your marketing budget.
Clothes
So-
and shit too.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't
I'm
know.
trying to think if I got any clothes. Nah, I haven't used any of it on clothes. Surprisingly, I haven't really used a lot of my marketing budget. Like I've been being super smart about everything, and I'm really prioritizing it for like when I start promoting my album and everything I do with my album. But nah, it's like flights and shit. Like if I want to fly to LA and it's because I'm working on my album, like they'll get me my flight.
Okay.
So it's like it's just anything that's going towards music, because like
Right.
they're putting the money into you because they're gonna earn that money back, you know, because they see the potential in you and they know they're gonna earn that money back because you got to recoup it.
Right.
But yeah, no, it's distro deals are easy because it's just like simple. It's not a lot to recoup. Like you recoup that shit fast, and you know it's just some cool shit.
Everything's straight.
Hell yeah.
How was it like signing your first deal? Like I know that shit was kind of like a wobbler. Like you don't know.
Yeah, I
Like, what
did.
the
I did that
fuck?
shit back home too. I was in the Bay like when I signed my first like distro deal.
At your home too?
Yeah,
Like with your
yeah.
moms
I
and
was at my
shit?
boy's crib back in the
Okay.
Bay. So like, this was literally like, I want to say 2 months after Penthouse dropped was when like that shit happened. And yeah, like everything just kind of worked out perfectly because like the person I did the distro deal with, you know, they were already super close with my manager. Like, so it was almost like a family thing. Like,
How long you been with your manager now for?
shit, I signed to him like under management contract, I think back in March. So it hasn't been a year yet. It's probably been like 8-9 months.
Okay.
But nah, he's the best, bro. Like he does a lot of shit. Like a lot of my success, like he's had a big part behind.
That's
You know,
good.
because
That's
he
good you can
puts in
have
the
a
work.
team.
And like, yeah, that's good. But it's like at the same time too, like that's my boy. Like we go and fucking go out to the club. Like we be in LA and we go to the club just on some like homeboy shit.
That's fire.
But yeah, that shit cool having like a manager that you actually like bond with and that you're close with, you know, because it's not like all business based. Like
Right.
I could call him and just be on some cool shit.
Do
I
you ever,
would
oh my bad.
No, go
I
ahead.
was gonna say, do you ever like see like bad relationships or like bad blood or anything like that? Do you ever
Like
feel
with like business, like people in the industry.
yeah, yeah.
I've been around stupid people. Like some of these dudes are dumb as hell, bro. And like it's funny because a lot of the people that like reach out sometimes, but these are just like randoms. Like it's rarely ever like people from major labels. It's usually just like the dudes that have like the indie labels,
Mm.
bro. Like
But some dudes that are bubbling, like some dudes that you kind of like that we would probably know type shit.
I mean, nah, these dudes are just like, or it'll be like random A&Rs that'll like
Okay.
reach out, and some of them are just like, bro, because they try to hoe you at first, like especially if you're a new artist, they think you're just, because you know, like a lot of artists, bro, you put 20-30 bands in front of a dude's face, like he ain't never seen that money before, and they not gonna read the shit on the contract, like they just see the bread, like
Right.
okay, we'll give you 30 bands straight up, like wire to your bank account, and they take those deals. So these like A&Rs reach out to you like almost thinking they could like take advantage of you, you know, because you're a new artist. But I mean, it's normal at the same time too. Like that's business. Like
You're always gonna get some
they're
bullshit or
yeah,
just
they're
like,
not gonna hit you up first offering you like 500K if you like a new artist. Like that's stupid, you know, because they risking their money at the same time. But yeah, nah, like I've just had some stupid people, bro. Like
at some point, do you want to sign to a major though? Like you see that in the
yeah,
future
yeah,
once like
definitely. I'm most likely gonna go that route, and like I don't want to say too much, but like I'm looking to go that route after I finish my distribution deal. You know, because obviously, like you want to, you don't want
gotta
to be,
grow.
yeah, I don't want to be stuck. Like
Right.
I'm gonna do whatever. You know, this is my career at the same time. Like it's my hobby. It's what I love doing. But at the same time, this is my job. Like it's my livelihood. So if a label would come and offer me 2 mil to do 7-8 projects, hell yeah, I'm gonna sign that. Like
For sure.
I get them projects done in a year, and I'll have shit to drop for the next 2-3 years. Like
Facts.
so,
Um,
hell yeah.
I kind of want to take it back like to the beginning.
Mhm.
Just obviously you grew up in the Bay, but I kind of want to know like what your relationship was like with your parents and like did you have any siblings? Like how was like the crib type shit? Like were you in sports in school?
So I got an older sister. She's we're 9 years apart. So let's see. I'm 20. Yeah, she's 29. So she'll be 30 this year, and then I'll be 21 this year. Um, and yeah, me and my sister were always super close growing up. Like we're still super close to this day. Like she hits me up about like music shit or whatever all the time. Like just she'll see some shit or like she'll post me and be like, "Oh, my little brother did this." Like
That's it.
yeah, it's fire. And then yeah, same with my parents. Like I've always been super close with my parents. Like everything's always been good at home. Yeah, and they're super supportive now, bro. Like I couldn't ask for more.
So growing up, was this like kind of always a dream? Like I know you were inspired by like Wayne
Hmm.
and like Keith, but like was it always like, damn, bro, I want to do music? Like,
Bro, I feel like, cause I feel like the music shit, like me doing it, that didn't become a reality till like high school, obviously, cause I started making music when I was like 15. But I feel like I just always knew, cause I was always so into music. Like, bro, I was 5 years old listening to Drake. Like
mm,
that shit's like crazy to me looking back at now, cause I was a fucking kid, bro. Like I was a little ass. I was in kindergarten, and
right.
I was stealing. My sister had a little iPod, and I would go and steal her iPod, and she had like, you remember LimeWire?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so she
Fucking up
used
all
to,
the computers in the crib.
yeah,
Like,
she used to download like all the songs off LimeWire and just put them straight on her iPod. And then like I would go in there and I would tell her songs to download. I would be like, "Oh, download this song." Like I remember one of them was fuck, what was it? Right Above It. It was like a Wayne song that had
mm,
Drake on it. And then there's this other song. I forgot the name of it, but it's another like Wayne and Drake song. And like yeah, I'd go in her I would go in there and then like give her all these song names and be like, yeah, download this one, and that one. Cause then like she would go to school and I would take her iPod to school with like the earphones and everything. And I had my parents both worked, so like I had to go to like the after school program type shit. Like you know at elementaries they be having like the kids who like have to stay longer.
yeah, yeah.
I would be there till like 6 and I would go. They had like a pool table in the middle. And I
Oh,
would go
lit.
and just sit under the pool table up against the wall, put my earphones in, like, cause I would get in trouble if they saw me like with the iPod.
Right.
So I went. It was kind of like hidden off to the corner. I would just go chill under there and like listen to music.
It's crazy to see the age difference though. Like when you were listening to Drake at 5, I was
Bro,
listening to
it's
Drake.
it's yeah. I literally my dad sends me this picture all the time because he still works in the Bay Area, so he's not really home like that often anymore. Like he'll be here for like a week or two, and then he goes back to the Bay for like a week, and then comes back for a week, back to the Bay. Um, but so he stays with his parents, which are my grandparents, anytime he goes out there. And bruh, like so in my grandparents' crib they have like an upstairs and there's like two rooms, and in one of the rooms it used to be there's this other room like in the room, and it used to be a playroom for us like when we were a kid, or when we like me and my cousins were all kids type shit. Now it's like they turned it into like an office, but yeah, it used to just be like a playroom where they kept all the toys and shit, and like me and my cousins would go in there and fuck around. um and they have like one of them old, because their house is old type shit. Like they got the kitchen remodeled, but like all upstairs is still all like old,
Same
because they
stuff.
bought that house like I can't even remember when, but that shit's old as hell, bro. Like it's an old one of them old style, like almost like this, like where we at
Yeah.
right now. And so they have like the old heaters, bro, where it's like the metal bar like going across. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah, yeah. Like it'll burn you type shit.
Yeah. And so on one of the on the heater in the playroom, I literally like when I was like 5 years old, bro, with like a Sharpie, I wrote Drake Forever and like drew a little fucking like face.
Oh,
And
shit.
my dad be sending me like pictures of that shit like all the time.
Damn, that shit really was like kind of destined then. Like,
Bro, yeah,
because
like
you kind of like stole your sister's iPod for real. Like, you
yeah,
was
and
using it to
it
download
wasn't
the
even like
songs.
rap too. Like she's a huge My Chemical Romance fan, so I was listening to them like at 6, 7 years old because she had all that shit on there. Like forgot there was a couple other. She was into like a lot of like the punk rock shit, so it was like a lot of that shit, and then like screamo shit too. Like
She was the one that introduced you to like that
yeah,
style.
bro, yeah, she put me on a lot of that shit just solely from having that shit on her iPod. Like introduced me to that type of music.
So I hear you talk about like your grandparents a lot, and then I
Mhm,
was looking up stuff on YouTube, and I seen this fan made video
mhm.
that was saying that like your grandpa was like a made man, bro. He was like
Nah,
in the mafia and all this
bruh.
shit.
So nah, my grandparents are normal. Like
So that was
which
cap. You seen what I'm talking about?
yeah, I think that was a joke.
Oh,
Like,
okay,
I
okay.
mean, I don't even know. Like, I've never really gone deep into like my family tree like that. Like, I know I gotta have some family members that were like fucking with mafia shit, bro. Cause like, I feel like that's where that whole like side of my family from New York kind of comes from. Cause
Mm.
they came straight from Italy, like off the boat type shit. So yeah, I've always wanted to look deeper into like my family tree and really like see what the fuck people were doing. But nah, my grandparents, my grandpa used to be a scuba diver.
Oh,
So
wow,
he did
sick.
that shit, and then he works with like acoustics. So he had his own company like when he was younger. and my dad used to work for him when they had like their company was in the city in San Fran, so they had like an office building there and shit.
What's acoustics?
It's like it has to do with sound. Like, so if we in like a room, he'll like measure the acoustics of the room. So it's like, yeah, it's like sound shit, but it's super cool. But yeah, he did that, and then he used to scuba dive on the side, and then my grandma worked for him too. So it was all just like a family business. Like the name of the company was like our last name.
Oh, wow.
So it was like super bunch of family shit for real.
So you're 100% Italian?
Yeah, well, nah. So my dad's side is like 100% Italian and Sicilian type shit, like those two mixed together. And then my mom's side, her dad was Italian, and then her mom was Hispanic and Italian. Because her mom, my grandma, she passed away now. Like I never met my grandpa on my mom's side because he passed away before I was born. But I was really close with my grandma. She passed away when I was, I think, 10, like 10 or 11. And she was born in I'm probably gonna butcher it, but Guadalajara, Mexico. So that's where I don't know how long she lived there for, but I know she was born there and then was there for a minute before she came out to the US.
You really should go do that like ancestry thing. I've been thinking about that shit myself too, just like
bro,
to really see where you come from. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's super interesting. I know like both of my parents, or I think my mom did like the DNA test shit where it tells you like everything you are. I forgot what the hell it was, but because I know like my last name isn't super common. Like Corleo is not my actual last name. Like my actual last name is Paoletti, so it's a super like Italian ass name. But yeah, I know there's like a Paoletti wine brand in like Napa, and like I be seeing the bottles sometimes, but I don't know. I feel like I've seen some other shit with my last name too.
Damn, a Dom wine collab. That should
Bro,
be
when
hard.
I was working at Home Depot last year, like somebody came in because I worked in tool rentals. Somebody came in to rent tools, and he had the same last name as me. It was like an older dude, and like it was just it was
You
weird.
kind of questioned him, or you didn't like?
No,
want to?
I chopped it up with him. He was probably in his like 70s, 80s, and I was just talking to him. I was like he was asking about like where my family was from and stuff, and like yeah, we were from the same areas.
Oh,
bro, that
shit.
really could have been like somebody.
Probably really was, honestly.
Yeah, because it's not a super common last name, so it was super like weird to come across. That was the first time I ever met somebody with the same last name as me.
Damn, that's sick. That's crazy, actually.
Yeah, it was cool. Hell yeah, he's a good dude.
So what do you feel like were like the main things that kind of shaped you as like a child and like to who you are like right now?
Definitely growing up with an older sibling, like I feel like that shapes you a lot. Like a lot of the shit, like my sister used to influence the fuck out of me. Like I would always go and steal her clothes and shit. Like I remember she had a shirt and it had Wayne's mugshot on it.
Bro, I remember that shirt.
It was like
bro.
the free
no
Weezy
cap,
shirts.
yeah, and it was gray.
Bro, and I stole that shit from her. I was wearing that shit to school. Like
That was
I
the
remember
shirt, bro.
I wore
I had
that shit to
bitch.
school in like first grade, and I got in trouble for it. Cause they asked my mom, they're like, why like you let him wear this to school? And my mom was like, what's wrong with it? Like, but she didn't even know though. Like I took that shit from my sister or put it on under a jacket. And I get to school and I'm like unzipping my shit. I'm like, yeah, free Weezy.
That's hard.
You went to
That's
private
fine.
school or some shit? Or?
Nah, it was just a normal elementary school. I went to private school and middle school, like 7th and 8th grade.
So when did you start getting into clothes and shit? Like, because it sounds like you were already kind of like peeping swag and shit through like.
Yeah, I mean, like mostly high school, I would say, because I was always kind of just like hip to shit. Like you remember, when I was a freshman, like the whole hype beast era, bro, Bape, Supreme, like fucking Ultra Boost NMDs, like that's when that shit was big. And like my homeboy Tyler was always on that shit heavy. Like he always had the sneaker collection and shit. But I never had the money to like get that type of shit. So I was just wearing like Thrasher and like shit like that when I was a freshman. And then yeah, when I was like a sophomore, I think that's when I kind of started getting into more like of the designer shit, and like I found out about like archive shit and like got into Japanese shit. But like same thing.
How'd you even find out about that? Just like mad internet? Like I feel like you were on
just
the internet a lot
bro.
and shit.
Yeah, I was always on Instagram and like watching everything, and yeah, you just I can't even really recall how I found like Japanese, like how I got into Japanese clothing and shit. I think just same shit, like just through the internet and through friends. Like I had a bunch of friends who were buying all that shit and they put me on. They're like, yo, bro, you gotta go and start rocking this shit. But like, I mean, like all through high school, same thing. Like I never worked a job in high school, so I never had like the bread to
be buying all that
to
extra
really
shit.
be getting shit. I would get shit around like holidays. I get a little bit of bread for like my birthday or fucking Christmas. Um and like I would get some shit just off Grailed. Like I got Grailed when I was like a sophomore. And I would just be on there all the time. And that's like the other way I found shit, just through Grailed, like searching and just fucking going through
Yeah.
shit, finding different shit.
Did you feel like you stood out in high school as far as like the stuff that you're into, like your taste and like I feel like the
Um
Bay is kind of different. Like the Bay
oh
music is
yeah,
just,
bro. Like it's Bay Area rap and all that shit. And I mean like motherfuckers be dressing like how I'm dressed right now, just with
right.
polo tracksuits and shit like that. But nah, I mean, I don't feel like I really stood out. Like I would just always kind of be on some cool shit, like to myself type shit, and like I wasn't wearing nothing crazy or anything like that. Um, but I feel like my junior and senior year, I definitely was like different from most people because I was. And this is when I was like making music at this time because I started making music like end of my or like middle of my sophomore year. But like I really got into the underground probably like the summer in between my sophomore and like junior year.
Mm.
And that's when I found like that's when I met like Autumn and shit and like all them. And yeah, that's when I like really got into that shit. And nobody else was listening to that music. Like I would try to put people on that music. Like I tried putting my homies on. I was like, yo, like play we be in the whip like smoking because during like fucking break and lunch we just go smoke and like get
Kick
food,
shit.
just be in the whip. And yeah, like I tried putting them on, they'd be like, nah, this shit is trash, turn this shit off. Bro, the same dudes that called that shit trash, like listen to all them now.
They love that shit.
Love that shit, bro.
Granted, I feel like you were like mad early on that.
Oh yeah,
though.
bro.
Like
Like that
them
28
niggas weren't ready for that
yeah,
shit.
like late 2017, early 2018. Like nobody it was such a small community, bro. Like Autumn and Summers had like under 10,000 followers on Instagram type shit. Like
How'd
yeah.
you even get added to the group chat just from trying to get a feature or something, right?
So I hit Autumn up like originally just to buy like a vocal preset off him
Mm,
because I was doing my own shit at the time. I was like, yo, like let me get a preset.
I need the pack.
Yeah, and he gave me one for like $20.
I was just gonna bring that up, low key. You that song, the first song I listened to, I
Yeah.
heard, you said you made it in your room. type
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. Just
So I was
had
like,
a,
you just taught yourself.
yeah, I had like originally when I first started making music, there was some girl at my school and she had one of them like little snowball mics. I use the same mic now for it's not the same one, but it's like the same
Same company.
like the same
blue
company,
shit.
yeah. It's the little blue snowball ones. They're like the little ball. You just use them for like streaming type shit.
Yeah, everybody uses those.
Mhm. And she sold me that shit. She was like, "Yeah, I don't use it no more. Like you could have it for $20." I was like, "All right, bet." Cause I mean, before that, I was using my PlayStation headset. I was using a pair of Turtle Beaches, bro. I would go to my boy's crib and
Like
like,
was thugging.
yeah, we get the Turtle Beaches, plug them into. We just had Audacity, which was like a free DAW that you can use to mix vocals. It's shit, but I mean, it was like the only thing. It's like the free. Every artist starts out on Audacity.
Yeah, I
like
grew
you
up
ask,
on Audacity.
yeah,
man.
you ask any artist, bro, they're gonna tell you the first shit they got was Audacity. Like unless they grew up around like studio and shit. But yeah, so I would just go to my homie's crib, throw the Turtle Beach headset on, fuck around on Audacity, and then I had got that snowball mic off that girl, and that's when I was really like making music. I was like, all right, like I
got a
sound
mic.
good now. I got a little mixing, like I could actually like make some shit now. So I was making like rap shit though, but it's crazy because the rap shit I was making was like on the same beats that I'm on now, like with the samples and shit.
Mhm.
Like I was going through my email like 2 weeks ago and just finding all these old songs that like me and my friends had made, and literally the beats are like the same shit, like the chopped up sample like type beats or fucking
Oh, that's
ambient.
interesting. That's like really like your true
It,
sound.
it's
then.
crazy. And same, bro. Same with the heavy bass, like 808s and shit, like distorted 808s. Same exact shit. But the only difference is I'm rapping on it, like no auto tune. I'm just talking type shit.
Right.
But what I used to do, I used to layer my vocals. So like when I would do rap shit, I would just layer the fuck out of my vocals. I would put like one vocal and then pan it to like the left side and then put one, pan it to the right side, and then I'd put one that was just in the middle. So it was like 3 layered vocals, but like it sounded crazy because you hear it on like the left side, you hear it on the right. I'm stupid.
And you recorded
the
it
left
3
side,
different
right
times?
side. Yeah, so like you would hear it all around type shit, and it just sounded super cool. Like the feature on the iPhone, if you got like AirPods, you could do like the fixed like audio settings.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It kind of sounded like that. Like you would hear like the vocals all around. I think the first person to really do that shit was like Snot, like early Snot. When he was making like the rap shit. I know like Gosha and all them old songs he did, he did the layered vocals and he like panned one to the left, one to the right. So I was doing shit like that.
But you just did that from just playing around with it, huh?
Yeah, just fucking around. I was getting into mixing and just trying to figure shit out and just trying new things. So I was doing shit like that, and then yeah, like I started doing the whole plug and B shit like 2018, and same shit. I was just I had built off of like the preset he sent me, like very original one. I was just building off that, trying new shit, and then eventually made my own preset for that shit, and was using that, and then yeah, just pretty much like I started being around, like people would see my face around more and shit, like throughout the community and shit, because I was just dropping music and then working with people, and then yeah, like I got connected more with like Autumn and Summers and them just through group chats. Like fans would put us in group chats, or just like, I mean, at this time, bro, I was a fan. Like I didn't really have a platform. Like I was just making music like the other 25, 30 kids in the scene, like doing that shit. But yeah, they put everybody in group chats together type shit, and then I was always around, so eventually I started talking to them more, and then like got closer with them. Went out to Houston in like 2020, like October 2020, and that's when I met everyone in person type shit. Like everybody was there at the same time, and like by this time I was already like close with everyone, so it was just on some cool shit. But yeah.
How does it feel now to like be able to work with almost like anybody you want to? Because now like obviously you've been working with like BNYX.
Yeah, hell yeah, it's crazy, bro. Like it's
a lot of fun, like, though. Elevate your sound now, like to another level.
It's so much fun because it's like this is just the shit that I wanted like a year ago. Like a year ago, bro, I was like, damn, I wish I could work with this person, or like I bet if I work with this dude, it'd be fucking crazy. And like now I'm doing that shit. Like I would always go out to LA. Because I've been going out to LA since I was a kid, but like with the music shit, I was going out to LA all the time, like since I had started making music. Like I'm not really in high school just because I was busy with school, but like as soon as I graduated, like as soon as I turned 18, I took my first like solo trip to LA just without my parents or anything. And that's when I met some of the people that I had like been around. I had people that I was close with. We all went out there for like a little trip, and I met everybody. It was just on some cool shit. We were just, making music, had a little Airbnb. And then ever since then, I was going out to LA like all the time, just working. But like, I would go out there and you're not doing any big moves or anything. Like you're just, like I went to the same studio every other artist go to. It's the studio called The Room in LA. They got like 3 different locations for it. And that's like the standard like starting studio for an artist. Like, yeah, because it's not that expensive. So, like, I was just going to that, booking my own sessions, like, out of pocket at that studio. Or, like, I would go and just, try to take any opportunity I had, like, go work with homeboys out there. Like, I got super close with, like, a lot of my friends I had met off the internet. Like, I got super close with them, the ones that lived out in LA, which one of them now is Bristow, and he's, he's doing big shit of his own right now. Like, he's got all the shit with Lucky and doing a bunch of other crazy shit. So, yeah, it's crazy to, like, see the growth from everything. And, like, yeah, I would go out to LA, a year ago, and I didn't have anything going on. I would just go out there to work on my own shit, and now I go. And I can't even fit like everything in one trip. Like I'm going this weekend and I can't even fit everybody in the weekend because I got so much like so many plans, and just like schedule is just straight up.
Do you ever get like anxiety from that shit? Just from like, bro, like now your whole schedule's filled. Like,
yeah,
this is like some shit you can't reverse at this moment. Like,
yeah,
you famous.
I mean, sometimes I feel like that's normal though. Like everybody
Right.
overthinks and shit. So like I'll overthink shit sometimes, or I'll be like, damn, if I don't make time for this person, then what if this person don't fuck with me? Like, what if they take it the wrong way? But nah, I mean, it's always just me overthinking shit. Like it never is anything serious, you know. It's just because obviously shit gets stressful. Like I had mentioned that to my manager too, because they were trying to book me out like shows for these next 2 months, bro. Like straight up, I wouldn't even be home type shit. And I told them, I'm like, bro, look, like I gotta finish my album. Like I
Right.
gotta, I already got enough shit. I want to really focus on like promotion and shit for that. Like that shit would have just stressed me out like too much because like traveling too. I don't get a lot of sleep because I'm at the studio till 6 in the morning. I'll sleep. I'll get back to the crib at like 7:30, 8 o'clock. I'll sleep till like 1 p.m. and I'm back outside
Mm.
getting shit done. Like, yeah. I think that's what a lot of people don't realize too. Like, everything I got, bro. Like, I put in the work for that shit. Like, I didn't have anything. I was living out in LA for like 2 months, and not even like settled in living out there. Like, I was just going from hotels and shit, just because the opportunities were there. Like, and I didn't even have any big opportunities yet. This was back in like March 2020 or 2022 actually. Like the beginning of the actually no. Was it? Yeah, it was like the very beginning of the year.
Mm.
And I was dead ass just out there. I was out there for like 2 months. It was me and Goonie. And we were dead ass just like in the studio every other day. Like, I was taking money out my pocket to book sessions, like dropping like fucking 300 to 500.
Why'd you want to book sessions in LA like so much instead of just like recording on your own
Just
at the
cause
crib?
like LA's where everything's at. Like in as far as studios, I wanted the highest quality I could get at the time. Like, like recording from the crib is cool. Like I've made a lot of my big songs just by myself from the crib. But like you always wanna up your quality, or like, I would be out in LA for the opportunities, and then obviously I don't wanna feel like because if I'm not like getting shit done when I'm out there, like if I'm not recording when I'm out in LA, bro, I feel like I'm fucking wasting like
You
time.
on
Like,
bullshit type shit.
yeah, like I gotta be working constantly. And so yeah, like I would just book these studios like out of pocket type shit just because I was trying to get as much shit done.
Right.
I'd be there till fucking 6 in the morning. And like I didn't have the shit I have now. Like I didn't have a team helping me out. Like it was just me straight up going to the studio, staying that bitch till 6 in the morning, go back to the crib, you know, be back outside at like 1 p.m. and fucking same shit the next day in the studio all night.
Yeah, no, it sounds like your head was like definitely on
Yeah.
like your shoulders, because like you could have easily just like linked up with like Summers and Autumn at the time, like you were a fan,
Mhm.
like you were saying, and just been like, I'm cool, like just hanging out, like
Bro,
niggas
yeah,
just
and
want to hang and shit.
that's the other thing too. Like, bro, I could have been flicked up with Wick like in 2020, posted a picture on my Instagram, but like I never, like, you could ask them too, bro. I was never on some like, I was always just on some cool shit. Like every time I'd be around them or whatever, like it was never some, yo, like let's take this flick, let's go flick up. Like,
And you would see that around from like the random people like in the room and
yeah, bro,
shit.
you have random people come around and they're like, yo, take this mirror flick, like flick up, blah blah blah. Like I was just always on some cool shit. Like I live in the moment, bro. So it's like, yeah, like we link up, we go to the mall, we just fucking shop. Like,
That's sick, man.
it's nothing.
Congratulations to you, honestly.
Yeah, no,
though.
I appreciate it, bro. Yeah, no, a lot of people don't understand, bro. You gotta really like put the work in. Like,
I
you
feel like
gotta,
anybody who like looks into your story though, like
Mhm.
they should be able to see that grind. Like
Yeah.
just even from the music videos, you can see like, oh yeah, bro's been perfecting his craft
Yeah,
type
bro.
shit.
Like it was never. I've never been on some lazy shit. Like there were times when I got lazy. Like I remember back in fucking 2019, bro. Somebody took my whole SoundCloud down.
Damn.
Like they took all my songs down, and like you get strikes on SoundCloud when somebody, because this used to be a really big problem, especially in the underground. Like kids could just, because anybody could take anybody's song down.
Mm.
So kids would go and strike your shit. It get took down. You get 3 strikes. Your account is clapped. Like they take your shit off the whole platform. And like, bro, yeah, that shit had
You never
happened to
got
me.
your shit back?
I got it back, but not till like 8 months later.
That shit fucked you up for a minute.
Yeah.
They
So
just
like,
basically report it type shit.
what happened?
They just basically report it type shit.
Yeah, they literally like I don't think you can do this shit anymore. I think it's harder now. Like you have to have like proof and shit. But literally before, bro, it used to be you just click a button, be like, yeah, this is my content. And SoundCloud would take that shit down. They wouldn't even contest it or anything. They would take it down, and then you had to send them an email, bro.
You had to fight your way to get
I did
your
the
own
most shit to get my account back. So like that shit happened. All my shit got took down. I was like, damn, I didn't make music for like 5-6 months. Like I was just in school. Like I had music and I tried dropping, and they just kept taking my shit down. So I was just like I made a whole new SoundCloud page, and my shit was still getting took down.
Damn.
And I was just like, damn, bro. Like it would, and I think this shit was some kid, bro, because I kicked him out of a group chat.
Yeah,
because he was
damn, them
annoying.
group chats were like crucial.
Yeah,
Like,
he
this
was
joke.
talking too much, and I kicked him out. And then
He kind of had to be, bro. Look,
he had like a vendetta against me, bro. Like
Really?
he was like a little kid. I was just like, oh my god, bro.
it's crazy.
And so yeah, like 6 months goes by, and I wasn't really doing shit. I was just kind of like, man, fuck this. Like fucking stupid kids taking my shit. I was like 16, 17, bro. I was like, man, fuck these kids. And yeah, like eventually I fucking got my account back. Like I did the most shit, bro. I was going back and forth with SoundCloud, like emailing them. They were like, all right, well, you gotta send us this. All right, well, you gotta add your producers to the email, and they have to verbally tell me, like, bro, I literally had to add every single producer of every song that
Damn.
like got took down, which was my whole page. And they all had to say like, and I didn't even get all the songs back on there. Like I only got like a certain amount of them just because I didn't even talk to some of the producers.
Right.
So yeah, literally had to get every single one of them added to the emails, and they had to verbally say like, yes, he can. I give him permission to upload this song. Like it was some bullshit, but
That's fucking crazy.
yeah, I got my shit back after like 6-7 months, and then it was a little bit slow, but got back on my shit and just was dropping shit, doing school, but just dropping when I could at the same time.
To go back to like the fashion shit,
Mm-hmm.
like really, I think it was like the last time that I seen you was when we modeled, or when you modeled for the Rick Owens for the store.
Oh yeah.
And you were telling me about like how you just want to get more into modeling, how you feel like that coincides with the music. And then I was just remembering like how Matthew Williams like just brought out like Destroy, Filthy, and like had them walk in the shows and shit.
And yeah, a lot of them big fashion dudes, bro, they're all DJs too. So like
Right.
Bristow's a DJ. That's like my best friend type shit, and he's a DJ. So he be linking up with all them. They do these like big DJ shows where they have like I know he did some shit. It was like him, Filthy, Matt, and like a couple other people. But like yeah, bro, like the music and fashion shit really does go hand in hand. Especially like the scene I would say that we're in.
Right.
It's just like you got to be on some fly shit.
Right.
Like. You gotta be putting out the music, but at the same time, people are gonna look at you they're gonna look at what you're wearing, bro, what you got on, like. And
Are you gonna try to hit like
influence off that?
A Paris Fashion Week like coming up?
Oh yeah, hell yeah! Like I'm getting my passport right now, so I should have that shit by like end of February, and I'm trying to go everywhere. Like I was telling them, planning a trip to Japan in April. I know you were just there, right?
Yeah, I was.
That shit's nice, bro. Like,
yeah,
I can't wait to go there.
Especially with like somebody like you who's like you like Japanese shit and stuff like that.
Hell yeah.
But you know what's kind of funny? Like, cause I use like a model there who like raps too.
Yeah.
And he was like saying the complete opposite, like as far as like the modeling and like his rap career. But it's just like obviously maybe for him that might make sense. Like he was saying like no, like I don't want to like model too much because I want to focus in on my music.
Yeah,
but
you want to
like,
just kind of just hand in hand. Like I go and do a modeling shoot like 1 week. And then like 1 week out of the month type shit, just on some cool shit, like
right.
Because it's you get like I feel like you get a whole different platform too. Like you have your music platform, and then you're doing these modeling shoots, and you might get a whole platform off just modeling. You got people fucking with you just for your modeling shoots,
right?
Or like you do runway shows, and you got people fucking with you just for that. So it's like, hell yeah.
So one of the best influencers too. I see like a lot of artists like Picard. Who else? Even freaking what's the old boy's name? Little Dirk.
Oh yeah,
even Little Dirk.
Shit. Yeah.
So it's just like it goes, it definitely goes hand in hand. Like, do you think that like style and
definitely
like,
because I feel like
every artist has their own style type shit,
and I feel like every artist solely influence people just off of their style alone. Like, you got people that might not listen to Tyler the Creator, but they're wearing golf and shit just because that shit's fire. Like, they just fuck with him for his style alone. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
yeah,
You-
definitely.
Matthew needs to throw you in a show first off, and then can you see like yourself dropping a brand, like, or is there any
Yeah,
other creative shit that you
I
like
don't
into besides
I don't
music?
know if I would do a brand. I mean, definitely down the line. Like, I think when I kind of get a lot older and I'm like kind of chilled out on the music shit.
Or you met all your goals and shit.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm gonna still be dropping music till I'm old, bro. Like I'm gonna do this shit till my voice give out.
Oh, sick.
But yeah, like I definitely want to get into like brands and shit. Like I'm doing my first merch drop. Like when I do my album, like me and my boy are working on that shit right now. It's dude, who knows Cam? That's you, right? Cam, Kamori, in LA. The on my own shit.
I need to see your face, my bad.
Nah, I
You
forgot.
probably
homie
rock, you
fried
probably
out.
rock this stuff or something.
You probably do. That nigga know a million and one
he
people.
does, for real.
Yeah, nah, for sure.
He's the one that's working on it with you.
So he owns the On My Own brand. Like the whole
Okay.
On My Own shit, like he's really the one that got me tapped into that shit. And yeah, so we're working on like my first merch drop, like for when I drop the album. So we're
That's
making
sick.
like hoodies, beanies, t-shirts, and it's just super like cool shit. Like simplistic but super cool shit.
And like you said, I feel like for the underground scene that you're into, like that merch shit like matters a lot, or just like clothing, like and everything.
Yeah,
that you said
no,
in general.
definitely, bro. Merch is where the bag's at. Like every one of my artist friends, they be telling me they like, bro, you done merch yet? I'm like, nah. They're like,
Tweaking,
oh,
bro.
they look at me. They're like, oh, you missing out, man. I'm like, man.
Is it kind of hard to do the merch? Like, are you having problems with like, damn, I really want to make like this cut and sew like
I mean,
piece, but like it's better just to do
Yeah.
tees. Like, I'm make more money.
I haven't gotten that deep into it yet to where like, you know, cause Cam's super smart when it comes to all that shit. Cause he's been dropping shit for the On My Own brand for like, you know, probably over 2 years now. He's been doing that shit. So like he's the one that knows about the quality and shit. Like he asked me,
Right.
he'll ask me, and I'll be like, bro, I don't know, just make them hoes like good quality. Like I just
Right, I
want.
trust you, bro. You got
But
the
like
whole
he
shit.
already be making all his shit like great quality. So I'm like, yeah, bro, just do your thing. Like
That's sick.
I'll give you the ideas for like the designs and shit for like my merch that I want to do, and like we like throw ideas at each other type shit, and then come up with something, and then yeah, like he'll be like, oh, let's do this shit embroidered. So like something on the hoodie, like on the hoodies, not the t-shirts, because the t-shirts I just want them to be on like some simple shit where it's just like the regular,
Print.
you know, nothing embroidered, just like a regular shirt type shit.
Mhm.
But on the hoodies, I want so the logos on the hoodies are gonna be embroidered, which I feel like
Sick.
it makes it people are gonna pay more for the hoodies too because it's the quality difference, you know?
Right, especially with embroidery and shit.
Yeah. And even like the t-shirts, like I'm not trying to be on some cheap shit with those either. Like good quality, like yeah, just literally like I want to make shit that I'm gonna wear. Like if I
Right, right.
wouldn't wear it, why would I make it? You know what I mean?
Make the best product that you can.
Exactly.
basically.
Yeah.
Is there any other like creative things that you do outside of music? Like, have you tried to like fuck with beats and shit, or just like that was
I've-
just something I'm throwing out?
And it's crazy because I've made beats before. Like I've self-produced songs for myself before. They probably out there somewhere, but like I don't know. Beats to me are just like I don't know. I got ADHD, bro. So like I can't sit down and like when it comes to music, recording myself, hell yeah, I could sit down talking to a mic and mix my vocals for like hours on end. But when it comes to beats, it's like I'm not super. I'm not good at making beats, and I'm not super like knowledgeable of all this shit. Like, bro, they got all these different
lot.
VSTs and fucking. It's a trip, bro. Like,
And
it's
then
mad confusing.
I always hear like producers say they got like beats playing in their head.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I don't have that for myself.
Exactly, like,
have
I don't-
beats playing in my head.
See, me, I have an ear. Like when it comes to music, or like when it comes to like making a song, or like some shit I want to record, or like a flow or some shit. Hell yeah. It's weird because even with beats, like I have direction behind most of the beats that like I get on, like because we'll just cook that shit up. Like a lot of my producers I work with in person, so like or I work with very closely to where like I'll call them while they're making the beat, or I'll like be texting them while they're making the beat, telling them like what I like, what I don't like. Like I have an ear for shit, but then when it comes to making the beats, like I don't know, I just can't. It's too like meticulous. Like I can't
Right.
sit down and fucking click all these patterns and shit.
But you can direct some shit and lead the sound.
Oh yeah,
to the
I
way
literally tell them I'll be like I'll be in the studio with Bristow, Cody, Kavi, and like who else? Just cause I've been recording my whole album at Internet Money, so like I'll be in there with like Cody, Rio, Bristow, all those guys, and like they'll be cooking up a beat for me, and I'll be like, they'll pick a sound because they're just going through the sounds trying to figure out like which one they want to use. I'll be like, yo, use that one and like make it go like dun dun dun, dun. Like, you know, I'll like tell them the exact shit to put. Like, I don't know how to lay it out myself. I think that's the whole thing. Like, I just don't know how to lay the shit out.
Right.
But like I just tell them, like I sing them the little melody or whatever, and then they lay it out, and I'm like, yeah, like that's right.
Okay.
I'll be like, hold on, put that like. I just say put that shit down. Like I don't know keys or nothing like that. I'll be like, hold on, like put that shit down too.
No,
Like, put that shit to the right too. Like yeah, shit like that.
That's funny as
But
fuck.
yeah, it's literally I just don't know how to like lay that shit out. Like, and when I was making beats, I was just making melodies, and I was just sending them to like my producer friends to put drums on, because drums for some reason just
Are melodies and loop the same shit? Like loops, like they just call it like
nah, loops you just get online. Like they're already like made. They're like free to use. Like another producer made them, and they're just free to use. So like a lot of producers will get loops just off of like websites, and then they just all they got to do is do the drums on them because the loop is already done.
right.
But yeah, like when I was doing that shit, I was making melodies. I was just making them from scratch and like sending them to producers, having them do the drums on them, and like I was trying to get placements here and there. And yeah, bro, like yeah, like when it comes to drums though, I can't lay them bitches out for shit. Like
Yeah,
my 808 sounded like potatoes, bro. That shit it sounded like a sack of potatoes dropping on the ground.
all together and shit.
Yeah, that shit sounded terrible, bro.
Obviously we've been seeing like all this like Balenciaga like controversy shit.
Yeah.
And then you being a new artist, like that might be some shit that you might go through. Like everybody just might switch up on you because Balenciaga was like the hottest brand.
Oh yeah, bro.
Obviously niggas is rocking it.
I had a shit ton of Balenciaga.
Are you stop rocking Balenciaga now, or how you feel about
I
it?
sold a good amount of it. Like I sold like I had the soccer jersey. I sold that shit. A bunch of hoodies and fucking shirts and shit. I sold. I still got my belts though. Belts are belts, bro. Like who the fuck cares? Like
But you sold it because of the controversy type shit.
Yeah, I mean that shit was weird to me. Like
yeah,
I was like, the fuck, you know? Like
What's
I'd
going
see
on?
like the bear shit. That shit was weird, but like then I seen the shit where they had like the paper on the table, like the court document, and it's like literally like a child, like you know what court case, bro.
Yeah,
I'm like, yo, what the like? Who the fuck put that there? Like, why you do that?
yeah, we covered that like a lot, like on the podcast.
Yeah.
And then, but I
That
didn't know
shit
you'd
was
be
kind of
wearing
weird.
Balenciaga
I was
shit.
like, yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm not rocking with that, bro. Like,
I feel like everybody's like still gonna like just fuck with it. I don't know. I feel like
bro, people are gonna talk about it for like 2 months, and then in like 6 months down the line, they're gonna drop, or whenever they do drop, they're gonna drop some crazy shit, and then people are just gonna rock that shit again. Like,
right.
Bro, there's been millions of controversies with different brands, and like they had their little moment of controversy. I can't even say that word, but they had like the moment where everybody was like, nah, like we're not wearing this shit no more.
Their shit.
They dropped some hard shit, or like a year later, nobody cares. Like, it's crazy how shit work, because like that's some super serious shit. Like, you know,
right.
This isn't just like a small controversy. Like that's some serious shit, bro. And like, yeah, it's like just, down the line, people are just gonna disregard it, which is sad, but that's just society. Like,
now I remember when Gucci was having their controversy for like the
racism shit, right? Yeah.
But then I seen Thug like come out and perform in that shit.
Yeah.
That shit was kind of hard though. I was like,
yeah,
oh,
bro,
damn. This nigga's crazy.
Oh God, yeah, that's how shit.
Do you
be,
try
bro.
to get into like different brands and shit like that?
Yeah, lately I just been on the Japanese shit. Like after that shit happened, I was like, damn, bro. I had just bought so much Balenciaga shit too. Like,
I believe it.
Sold all that shit. All I got now is like 3 of my belts and a pair of pants, like the Europa pants. Cause you can't even tell, like belts, you don't even see them hoes on me. Like my shirt go over them shits.
Right.
And then like fucking the pants, like you can't tell unless you looking on the little like tag at the back.
Right.
But
cancel culture is like stupid anyways.
It's society, bro. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, that shit was justified. Like that was justifiably cancelable. Like,
yeah,
that's some serious shit. But
you can't cancel someone for rocking Balenciaga.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, I don't think, especially if it's just somebody that got nothing to do with, like, you want to cancel somebody, go cancel the people that like work for them or representing them. But like, All I'm doing is throwing a shirt on. Like, I probably didn't even look at this shirt. I just got out of bed and threw this shit on.
Threw the shit on, called it a day.
Yeah. But yeah, I've been into the Japanese shit really heavy recently. Like, well, I was always into it, but like after that happened, I was like, damn, let me just rock Japanese shit. Like, or like
What Japanese shit though?
PPFM, my favorite brand. Like, I think they got the hardest, most underrated shit, and like that shit is so cheap too.
Right.
Like that shit won't run your pockets, bro. I just got 2 of these crazy ass like PPFM puffer jackets,
Tough.
and like it's like a purple one and then like this blood red one. And bro, I paid like $100 each for them hoes, and they're like better quality than most of the designer shit I have.
Damn.
So
You
like,
got it from their website or like through like
No,
the
I-
Japanese eBay shit?
I be getting that shit. Well, I either get that shit off Grailed, but majority of the time I get that shit off like the Japanese auction sites. Like I go on the proxy shits and then go on like, I don't even want to say the site I use because that's
Don't do
sauce.
it. Yeah.
Like I know
Don't do it.
most people use Bai, but Bai burnt out. Like I be using this other shit that my homeboy put me on, and it's some super like,
That's sick.
that shit's fire, bro. I be scoring on there. Cause yeah, on there you get, bro, I done got some like crazy PPFM shit for like $10-$20, like just off of auctions, cause nobody else is bidding on it. And you get like JPG on there, bro. You could really get anything on there. Like the Balenciaga Europa hoodie I had, I got that shit for $300 in an auction on there,
Oh damn.
and then sold that shit for like $6.
Mm.
So it was like, yeah, you get whatever. You just gotta know how to work like the auctions and shit. But
I'm excited for you to go to Japan though. I feel like you better
Bro,
have a blast. What?
yeah, I was saying I'll go with a whole ass empty suitcase and just come back with that bitch full, bro.
Facts.
Like
No cap, not for real.
come back with so much crazy ass shit.
You said you're going in June.
April. We supposed to go April 17th to the 24th.
You can
So,
try
like,
to line some
whole ass
shows
week.
and get some bread too.
Bro, yeah, that'd be fire. I'd love to do a show like, especially in Japan, but like I just want to do shows in different countries.
Right.
I feel like the fan bases go way harder in other countries.
That's what it
Like,
seems like from watching like other interviews.
Oh yeah,
and
bro.
stuff.
Like I see some of my friends go do shows overseas, and they fucking have the craziest shows, like crazy as hell.
You get like you can probably see the demographic. You get like a good fan base, like a
Yeah,
certain
no,
country.
hell yeah. I get a lot of people like asking me to come to the UK. Germany's a big one. I got a lot of fans in Germany. Yeah, like everywhere, bro. People ask me to come literally everywhere. Like I get people asking me to come to India. I'm like, bet, bro. Like, let me get my passport. I'll fucking travel the world.
I'll pull up,
Oh
bro.
my god.
Well, shit, man. I appreciate you, gang.
Yeah,
Pulling
no, I
up, though,
appreciate y'all
real.
for having me, bro.
It was
for real.
good chopping it up.
Of course.
Like I said, bro, I'm like just genuinely happy to like just
Yeah.
to see you blow. Cause I seen that shit right before it
Yeah,
like, popped off.
bro,
And I'm
literally,
like, damn,
I was
this
coming
nigga
into the
gone,
shop.
bro. I think
Yeah.
AB sent me some shit. I'm like, oh yeah, cut out of here.
Yeah, I
He's
remember
gone.
when I came in with Autumn, bro. Like all I got was a shirt. Like I didn't even have no crazy bread or nothing.
Right.
I was like, damn, but I'm gonna still get something because Autumn walked out of there with like 3 bags. I'm like, damn, bro, like chill out.
Yeah, I think Marco was
yeah.
telling me.
I remember y'all came in, but you were
Yeah.
coming in a while before that.
I put him on to Beastroy. Like I
Yeah.
was like, bro, like start rocking this shit. I'm telling you, like this shit gonna be big. And then like they just did that collab with Givenchy. I was like, yeah, told you, bro.
Yeah, I remember AB was telling me about the autumn dude. Autumn. I didn't know about like the autumn meet thing
Yeah.
until like bro put me on TikTok. I'm like out of the loop with TikTok.
Oh yeah, bro,
Like,
TikTok,
I'm-
where it's at. Like TikTok, the whole reason I even got big. Like
Facts.
that shit's the easiest. I didn't spend a penny on promo, bro. Like all I did was make silly TikToks with my music playing in the background. I didn't even do nothing like stupid either. I just, bro, it would be like a selfie video, like a 15-second video of just my face. And I just put like, yo, I'm finna drop this song this day. And that shit get like 100K. They're like,
Damn.
yeah, bro, like
Bro,
this
it's probably
shit's
just-
hard.
I feel like you just got a certain look too, though. Honestly, keep it a bean.
I mean, yeah. I don't know, bro. When I was doing like the Penthouse Shorty shit, that's when I had like I had like an Edgar cut, bro. And like, I was like, bro, my hair need to hurry up and grow.
That shit might have made it go viral too.
Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
appreciate you, Dom.
Nah, I
Thank
appreciate you, bro, for
Locking
real.
in with my boy.
Of course.
We out, gang.